All right, this is take 2 of a video I made. That the volume, apparently you guys told me that the volume wasn't really working, so you couldn't hear anything I was saying. So, here we go again on what qualities to look for in a private music teacher. So, if you're in our Woodwind Academy audience, you probably already heard this spiel because I sent it as an email, but just let's get into it. So, how should you be feeling in your private music lessons? First things first, you should leave your lesson feeling inspired, awesome, excited to practice, feeling like you picked up a whole bunch of new tips, and you should feel just inspired and excited to implement them into your practicing. If you're going to your lesson and you're feeling like, well, cool, I got to play stuff, but I didn't really learn anything new, then maybe you might want to look around for another option. Because if you're investing all this money in a private lesson, you ideally should be learning a lot and leaving feeling inspired. So, second thing is your teacher should understand you. So this is a big thing I get a lot. At Woodwind Academy, we frequently have flute players that come in with hand position problems where they have finger pain or embouchure kind of problems, or maybe TMJ, that after a lot of lessons haven't really gotten solved. And they would tell me hey, I love my lessons, but my teacher just told me to lighten up my touch. Or I love my lessons, my teacher just told me to blow more air. Or I love my lessons, my teacher said that jaw pain just happens from time to time. And I feel maybe this is just me because I have a very scientific approach to my teaching where I'm just let's figure out exactly why you're having that pain, or exactly why your high notes are out of tune, and get to the root of the problem so that we can fix it. That's just my style. But generally, if you're saying things to your teacher hey, I'm having this problem, or hey, I really need help with this, and they're not really giving you straightforward advice, what I think is happening is maybe they just don't fully understand your problem. So you should feel like you really can trust your teacher and they understand what's happening to you. And if they don't understand, maybe they tell you that, and then they work with you, asking questions, discussing things in order to help them understand. That's pretty normal. We're all just humans, even your teacher that you love so much, it's just a human being. It's okay if they don't always understand you. But if they don't, they should be making an effort to try and meet you where you are. So, those are the first two things. And one more thing that should be happening if you have a really great private lesson teacher is that you should be challenged with your music. In my opinion, playing duets for the entire lesson is not really teaching you very much. That's something that, if you're just doing that for fun, great, but why are you paying for a private lesson to play duets? So, duets can teach you, a lot in the moment. It can give you some sight reading practice. It can give you some experience with keeping tempo and feeling more comfortable playing with a beat and stuff like that. But there are a ton of other things that we need to be working on in lessons that are going to help you with sight reading and tempo and intonation and all of the things. So in your lessons, you should be playing solo pieces, etudes, and new scale exercises. Emphasis on new. Make sure that your teacher is giving you different stuff to work on each week. You should be playing all of these things that challenge you a little bit. If all of your music is too easy, you're not learning anything. If all of your music is a mixture of you can play it, but you need to practice it a little bit because it's just a little bit challenging, that's what we want. That's ideally what we want, because we're investing in lessons to get better. And we're not going to get better if we're not trying new things, if we're not seeing if we can go a little faster, seeing if we can play a little more challenging things, seeing if we can finally play a B major scale and all that sort of thing. So you should be challenging yourself. Yeah, and this is another approach that I take in my teaching is I am always thinking about how I can customize scale exercises, etudes. I will assign specific etudes so that students can work on specific things that they need help on in that moment. As one of my students told me like last week, there's a method to your madness. I see why you assigned this etude because you wanted me to work on legato tonguing. I'm like, yes, that's exactly why. So those are 3 things that you should be looking for in a private music teacher. If you already feel all those things, you're feeling inspired, you feel like your teacher really understands you, and you're being challenged, awesome. That's great. If you're feeling like, I'm not really getting those things, or, maybe you're not even taking private lessons and you're looking for an opportunity to improve and to work with somebody who's going to help you just customize your practice to get you to where you want to be, Virtual Woodwind Academy might be a great place for you. If you're just finding our channel, this is the Virtual Woodwind Academy Network. We actually have a year-long self-paced academy for adult learners of woodwind instruments. So just reach out to us if you want to chat a little bit more about individualized lesson instruction. My name is Amanda, and then our other co-founder's name is Anna. So you can use the email below, and I hope that you enjoyed this retake of the video that I made. This is the Monday musical request video that I am now recording on a Wednesday because the original video didn't have any audio. So I hope you guys have a great night, and thanks for watching.